The story opens on a quiet summer morning in a rundown apartment complex. Inside, Min-jun is dead asleep, his computer still glowing from last night's gaming marathon. Late-night battles against zombies are way more exciting than real life. But that peace shatters with the scream of his alarm clock. Like the rest of us, he hates it with his whole soul. He groans, fumbles for his phone, and finally shuts it off. Dragging himself out of bed, half awake, he remembers, school won't wait. In the kitchen, a note from his mom says she's already left for work. He's on his own again. Nothing new. He throws on his uniform, leaves the dim little apartment, and steps into a neighborhood falling apart on all sides. Across the street, luxury towers gleam. Min-jun stares, envy twisting in his chest. Kids are live life on easy mode, while he's stuck in slum mode. Complaining won't change anything. So he pushes the bitterness down and walks on. At school, things are worse. The bullies descend instantly, led by Park Song-bin, loudmouthed, cruel, and obsessed with making Min-jun suffer. He mocks, trips, and humiliates him daily. But before things escalate, a sharp female voice cuts through the noise. Yana. She steps in a hall with her entourage, gorgeous and untouchable, clearly annoyed. She calls Song-bin out. Bullying weaklings doesn't make him tough. It just makes him pathetic. Yana doesn't like Min-jun either, but at least she has standards. Song-bin laughs it off, pretending he and Min-jun are buddies, treating him like a class mascot. Yana isn't fooled. She tells him to take his circus elsewhere. He fires back, accusing her of hating Min-jun more than anyone. She admits she despises him. Ugly, pitiful, weak, but at least she hasn't beaten him bloody. We learn the three have history. They've been classmates since middle school. Song-bin even tries inviting Yana to hang out again, but she refuses. The last time, he dragged her to Min-jun's unfinished apartment, reeking of poverty, a nightmare she won't relive. Her reasons make sense. Yana's rich, her dad's a hospital director, her mom's a professional, and she lives in those luxury towers across the street. She's smart, beautiful, admired online, and rumored to be heading to the U.S. next year. Flawless on the surface, except for one thing. She despises poor boys. And Min-jun? He's the poster child. Flashback. 8th grade. Min-jun once confessed, but she crushed him with disgust, telling him he stank and demanding he avoid her route. That memory burned itself into him. To Min-jun, though, she always smelled nice, that cruel scent of wealth. Any normal guy would have given up. But not him. He clung to his hopeless, one-sided love, no matter how many insults came his way. Sometimes he wonders, am I insane? So his daily life is this, beaten by Song-bin, emotionally shredded by Yana. That's his routine. Later, he meets his only friends, Bone Jr., a chubby anime otaku, and Baso, the skinny one behind on his watch list. They're nerds, but they're ignored, not bullied. Min-jun envies their luck. They invite him to a Lumina Idol concert, but he refuses. He's done with idols, done with almost everything. They joke he looks like a walking corpse. He says nothing. Meanwhile, bullies gossip about a new kid from North Korea. They mock him, until Kong-ul shows up. Silent, strong, he radiates danger. Song-bin grabs his collar, but Ul doesn't flinch. He warns him, badmouth others and pay the price. Song-bin's ego stings, but his lackeys drag him off before it escalates. Ul walks away untouched. Min-jun just wishes he were anywhere else. After school, Song-bin corners Min-jun, demanding cigarettes. This time Min-jun ignores him and walks off. Big mistake. They drag him to an abandoned site and beat him savagely, even smashing a brick against his head. Broken and bloody, Min-jun begs them to just kill him. Instead, Song-bin threatens. If Min-jun ever leaves a suicide note naming them, he'll kill his mother. Then they leave him for dead. At dawn, Min-jun crawls home, aching and shattered. One thought remains, maybe it's better to end it. He decides he'll climb that luxury tower rooftop and jump. But fate intervenes. On the way, he runs into Yana. She sees his bruises and snaps that he never fights back. She accuses him of lurking to steal, calls him pathetic. Min-jun doesn't answer. He just walks away. She screams after him, furious he's ignoring her, but he keeps going. That night, he sits at his computer again, gaming. But his mind's made up. He's done with school. Tomorrow he'll work to help his mom. Then, while playing, his friends log off early, strange for them. They remind him about breaking news, the outbreak. Before Min-jun can process it, he hears furious banging at his door. He checks the peephole. It's his upstairs neighbor, begging him to open up. But this isn't his neighbor anymore. And with that, Min-jun's nightmare truly begins. The first thing Min-jun notices? Blood. A man's body is soaked in it, stomach ripped wide open. He's about to call for help, until that man screams like something straight out of a nightmare and lunges. Both of them crash to the floor, Min-jun barely kicking the thing off before locking himself in. His heart's racing, legs trembling, and it hits him. That's not just his neighbor anymore. He tries calling the police, but his phone's dead, only flashing emergency alerts warning people to stay indoors. From upstairs, chaos erupts. He peeks through the window, and what he sees looks like hell itself. People tearing into each other, his neighbor roaming around again. Min-jun tries calling his mom, but no signal. Great. No signal even during the apocalypse. Classic. By nightfall, he kills the lights and hides under a blanket. TV's still working, but the news only makes it worse. Mass murders everywhere, government blaming terrorism, cities falling one by one. Police and military are trying to contain it, but clearly it's spiraling out of control. Min-jun feels hopeless. Yesterday he wished the world would burn, and today, it basically has. But somehow, surviving feels even harder than dying. Morning comes, and outside looks worse. Abandoned cars, wandering corpses, blood in the air, so strong he slams the door shut. Suicide mission if he leaves unprepared. Luckily, his kitchen stash isn't bad. Noodles, rice, even running water and gas. If he rations, he can stretch it to a month. Still, his mom weighs heavy on his mind. No way to reach her. And of course, when you actually want Wi-Fi, it's gone. Typical. He remembers the rooftop tenant, the college kid who always brought his girlfriend over on Tuesdays. Yesterday was Tuesday. Maybe they're still up there. Min-jun gathers courage, climbs floor by floor, but every apartment's empty. Finally, the rooftop. The door's wide open. Inside, blood everywhere. The girl's already gone. And the boyfriend? He's turned, hungry for flesh. Min-jun freezes. His eyes catch the carnage, but not the worst of it. And honestly, that's the only small mercy here. Min-jun tries sneaking out of the rooftop room, but of course, he bumps a flower pot. The zombie immediately locks on and charges. Min-jun sprints, stumbles, and at the last second ducks, sending the thing flying right off the rooftop. He's left on his knees, out of breath, barely processing what just happened. Back inside, he barricades himself again. The guilt kicks in hard. He didn't just escape, he shoved the guy to his death. He tells himself it was self-defense, but still eats at him. That night, he goes outside, and there it is, the same student, now a zombie with his neck bent at a grotesque angle. Min-jun feels relief he didn't kill him, but terror realizing the boy is completely gone. He shuts the door, whispering a mental sorry. Honestly, who knew guilt came with jump scares? By day 3, Min-jun is rationing food, cooking rice while the gas still works. He thinks long-term survival now. Rescue might not come fast enough. Part of him even considers leaving. Yesterday, he wanted to die. Now he's strangely confident after surviving twice already. And just as he steels himself, his phone rings. It's his mom. She's alive, at a shelter with the army. The call drops quickly, but it's enough hope. Then, messages pop in. His 2 otaku buddies are alive too. And somehow, they're still cracking jokes mid-apocalypse. Priorities, right? Zombies outside, memes inside. But there's one more person on his mind. Ina, the girl who humiliated him. He remembers the time she saw his filthy apartment and walked out with that disgusted look. That memory still stings, but he convinces himself she's fine. She's rich, pampered, probably evacuated already. Until suddenly, her voice calls from outside his window. Min-jun freezes. She's trying to stay quiet, but the noise pulls zombies toward her. She screams for him to open the door. He rushes, drags her inside, and locks it again. She's trembling, drenched in sweat, gripping his shirt like her life depends on it. She buries her face in his chest, desperate for safety, while Min-jun just stands there, confused, wondering what in the world happened to her. The night is heavy and silent. Min-jun sits on the floor with Yena, still clinging to his shirt like her life depends on it. Slowly, she lets go, takes a deep breath, and thanks him. If he hadn't opened that door, she swears she wouldn't have made it. Min-jun awkwardly scratches his head, but reassures her. She's safe now, and that's what matters. She looks around with serious eyes and asks if it's really just the two of them here. Min-jun explains his mom's with the military, safe for now. Yena nods, then admits she hasn't had a sip of water in days. He hands her a bottle, and she gulps it like she hasn't seen liquid in years. Min-jun just stares, thinking, girls drinking like it's a soda commercial. Then comes her story. The day everything began, she ran through crowds of screaming people until she hid inside a mall stairwell. She found one unlocked meeting room with nothing but a single water bottle and survived there for days. By the third day, hunger and thirst forced her out. She dodged corpses and twisted figures until she reached Min-jun's neighborhood. By sheer luck, she made it to his door. Min-jun is stunned by her survival, but Yin is too drained to care. Sweaty, exhausted, she asks if the water still runs. When he offers her to shower, she blushes and calls him crazy before kicking him. Yep, apocalypse or not, guys still take L's. After some back and forth, she heads to clean up, leaving Min-jun wondering how his lonely hideout turned into this. As she showers, he realizes the math has changed. His food supply meant for one now has to feed two. He remembers how she once ignored him at school, wouldn't even glance his way, and now she's in his house, using his shower. She comes out in lighter clothes, asks to borrow one of his shirts, and immediately complains about its musty smell. Min-jun just stares in embarrassment while she critiques his laundry game. Later, over a small meal, she insists they wait for rescue. But Min-jun confesses he had considered leaving the next day. Yena freaks out, calling him insane. She argues the streets are death traps. She barely survived getting here once and refuses to step outside again. Min-jun tries calming her, admitting maybe it's not time yet, but warns supplies won't last forever. Of course, he picks the worst dinner topic. What if we starve? The debate gets heated until he tries joking that dodging zombies could just be like playing tag. Yena isn't impressed. She says she's serious. He says he doesn't even care if he gets infected. That hits her hard. To her, survival still matters, but Min-jun feels he's got nothing left to lose. Still, they both admit, avoiding contact is key. Eventually, exhaustion takes over. Yena asks for blankets and tells him to sleep in the far corner, away from her. They bicker over who gets the good spot, like kids on a field trip, until Min-jun ends up lying near the door, surrounded by taped-up boxes. Resigned, he thinks at least he's not alone anymore, even if she talks too much. But just when the silence settles, Yena calls his name softly. She admits she's scared of being alone. For the first time, she invites him closer to share the same room. Min-jun lies there stunned, realizing this is the first real moment of trust between them in this terrifying new world.